Today's a big day. I am going to declutter my handbag collection for the first time ever. I have a lot of bags. So if you want to see my handbag collection and then you want to see which ones I'm going to keep and which ones I'm going to say bye-bye to, then just keep on watching. Really got a lot of work to do.
Like, where did my bed go?
Hello everyone, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Jessica. I am the blogger behind Miss More Style, a fashion and lifestyle blog, and here on YouTube I make videos about affordable fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and travel. So please, if you are interested in those topics, if you love to look stylish and chic on a budget, live your best life on a budget, then you want to hit that red subscribe button because this is the place where you want to be, honey. I think the coffee is kicking in. Today's a big day because I've been meaning to do this for a really long time, but today I'm going to declutter my handbag collection. As I said in the intro, this is probably the first time I've ever decluttered my handbags before, and I have been accumulating handbags since 12 or 13 when I started caring about handbags. And the reason why I say this is probably the first time that I've ever decluttered them is because, yes, maybe I've gotten rid of a handbag here and there as the years have gone by and I've realized I don't use them anymore. Maybe they got worn out, whatever, what have you. This is the first time I will ever take all of my handbags that I own, put them on this bed behind me, and then go through them systematically and get rid of what I don't need. I've been on a decluttering journey since probably about last summer. I did my first declutter video, and it's really due time that I do another wardrobe declutter video, so that's gonna come soon. Last summer I thought that I was ready to not be the clothing hoarder that I am, but I think the pandemic definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things about the way that I purchase clothing and what I've held on to. And if anything, it's shown me that I really don't need this much stuff. I'm going to be trying to really purge a lot of stuff from my life that I don't need and be a little bit more on the minimalist side. Let me just make this clear. I will never be a minimalist. I love to have lots of options and things and fun, funky things. This is more for me to just have the things that I actually really love, that I actually really use, and go from there. When it comes to handbags, I've found that now at the age that I am, that I really want to have more bags that are quality and beautiful and classic, rather than just buying little one-off cheap trendy bags from Forever 21 or places like that. I really now want to just have my handbags, my handbag collection be just really nice quality bags, and keep collecting and investing in nicer bags down the road from here, rather than just buying whatever trend bag that comes up. I really feel with handbags, your handbag, if it's a really nice, beautiful, luxe looking bag, it just makes the rest of your outfit look so much better. So I'm really not into the really cheap looking bags that I've accumulated over the years that I never use. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. Really got a lot of work to do. So I'm gonna go collect all my handbags from wherever they are in my apartment and put them on this bed. All right, so I'm in my office. I've definitely got a couple in here, more than a couple. 1, 2. Oh my God, there's so many. So if we venture into my very crazy closet, here's where a good amount of my handbags are currently living, hung up here. So I'm just gonna have to take them all off. Another fair amount of my handbags live in this storage bench, so I gotta dig all these out as well. It's almost too embarrassing to show you, and I had no idea that I had this many handbags. Where did my bed go? Where? So I think the thing to do is to go through them in categories of bags. So the goal here is to not have a bunch of overlap. Ideally I'd want to have just one bag of every color. Now that might not always be the case because let's say for black bags, I feel there's different types of black bags that you might want. But we're gonna do our best to narrow this down quite a bit. Those are all my handbags, folks. Guess now is as good a time as any to take a thumbnail, right? Before we really get into this, I just want to preface this video by explaining why I have all these bags. Yes, I do have a shopping problem. There is that, and I have definitely bought some of these bags, but a good majority of these bags, especially the ones that I've accumulated in the later couple of years, have been gifted to me because I am a fashion blogger. I do get a lot of stuff gifted to me. It's just sort of the nature of my job that I get a lot of free clothing, accessories sent to me to post about. I just have to be better about like editing what I have and like getting rid of stuff that I don't use as much anymore. Either donating it, selling it on Poshmark, giving it to friends, and just not allowing this kind of accumulation to happen ever again. Here on my floor, I've got my black bags all set up here. I feel like black bags is gonna be one of the categories where I keep the most of them just because you can't go wrong with a black bag, and I have a liking to have them in different styles. So the first one we're gonna go through are these two little boy bag situations. This is one that I've had for a really long time, and I bought this like back when I first started getting into finding like designer dupe items on the internet. This was one that I found from a random Asian website, and you know, it did me fine for a little while, but I mean, you can clearly tell that's not a CC. It just looks really, really cheap. The chain strap is terrible. I have this beauty now. Gorgeous. So this is going to be the one that I definitely keep, and we are going to just go ahead and donate that one. This has been a favorite bag of mine for a really long time. This is a Zac Posen bag. It's one of their older styles, but I like still am so in love with it. So bag, it's convertible. So I've got the backpack straps on it right now because that's how I usually like to wear it. But it also comes with a crossbody strap that you can hook onto it and wear it as a crossbody. I love this bag so much. It's so cute. I mean, look at those pearl details. Not going anywhere. So I have to say these two bags are pretty similar to each other. This one I've had for a little while. It's from a brand called Angela Roy. And while I don't hate it, I literally never reach for this bag. It's a great bag. It's in pretty good condition. There's definitely somebody out here who can appreciate this bag more than I can. So I'm going to list this one on my Poshmark. And if you're interested in any of the bags that I'm listing on Poshmark, the link to my Poshmark is also in the description box for you. I just recently got a very like similar type of bag to that from the Rachel Zoe or Curator box of style for the spring. This was in the spring box. And I feel like these both have like a similar like vibe or style to them, but I like this one better because it zips up the top, and I just think the strap is cooler. So I just honestly have had this for years, and I never go for it. This bag, I found it at Zara and I freaking love it. I think it's so cute, and I wish that it was just slightly bigger. If it was a little bit bigger and it could fit my iPhone Plus, then I would keep it. But because it can't fit my iPhone, what's the point? How freaking adorable is that? It's in really good condition too. This is so old, and I remember distinctly I bought this because Laura Blair bought this and showed it in one of her hauls, and I I'm a sucker for buying anything that she shows. So I thought this was really cool at the time. Like that was when those like cool like straps were becoming a thing, but now it just looks really cheap. It's like this weird velvet, so it like catches all the lint, and it looks extremely cheap. This one's going in the Goodwill. It's kind of a fun little crossbody. This is an older one from H&M. It's not very big, but it does fit my phone. It does fit basically enough for a night out, and I love that it says love on it. And the hardware, the chain is actually not bad either. So I'm gonna put this in like the maybe pile. This is like such a cheapy little like crossbody style bag that I got from Shein last year. And I remember I used this a lot on like hikes and various like walks that I would go on during the pandemic. So it definitely has those memories in it for me. But I don't know, the silver hardware, I never really wear silver, so I never use it. I'm gonna go into the Goodwill. Definitely going to be keeping this little baguette bag around because this is definitely on trend, and I know I'll get some use out of this one. Also keeping this Bottega inspired bag because it's also very on trend right now, and I cannot afford a Bottega version anytime soon, so we're keeping her. I'm almost inclined to keep this because I styled it for the first time in an outfit in a haul the other day, and I thought it looked really cute, but honestly I have not reached for it since, or like for long before I did that haul. And I think it's because like the hardware on it is just starting to look really, really bad, and I wore the crap out of this. Like I really loved this French purse. I'm gonna put this in the Goodwill pile. Last two black bags are very similar styles to each other. This one that I bought like years ago, or I think it was sent to me by a brand, but it is a knockoff of I forget what designer it was, that this was like a really huge bag, whatever that year was. And I barely ever used it. It looks absolutely terrible. It looks much worse for the wear. Last of my black bags, which is very similar to the one I just showed in style, but this is a vintage, someone's car alarm is going off. This is a vintage Coach bag. I bought this on eBay several years ago, and I just love this bag. I don't really use it a whole lot because it's more of like a messenger bag style, like a crossbody. But just something about it is so classic, and it's just like made from really beautiful leather. This one I just definitely want to keep because I feel like it's just really beautiful, even if I don't use it a whole ton. Moving on to white bags, which I don't have as many white bags as I thought that I would, so we'll get through this pretty quickly. This one is probably my newest handbag in my collection. This is one that you might have seen if you are a subscriber around here, but this is my new Zac Posen handbag. This was like my early birthday gift to myself, and I just love it. It's so so stunning and beautiful. So this one obviously is staying. I've got two white handbags that are very similar to each other. This one is one that I really love. I have loved for a long time. It's like this white handbag. It also has this crossbody strap, and it's got this cool like zipper detail on the flap of it, and then it's a pretty roomy bag. And then this white bag as well, which is pretty similar in shape, but obviously it's got like a little bit different design. This one is from Antonio Milani. I honestly never used this bag. I never reached for it, but I've never gotten rid of it because it used to belong to my grandmother. And if you're new around here, if you don't know, my grandmother passed away probably about 10 years ago, I want to say, but she was very special to me. She's also a very like stylish lady, so I have a lot of her clothing and accessory items, not as much as I would like to have had. That's a different story for a different day, but this was hers, and I just feel like the reason why I don't reach for it is because it is older. It does need a little bit of TLC. It's kind of like scuffed up and dirty in some places. Maybe like a little bit of leather conditioner would do well for this too. So I think I'm gonna hold on to this and see if I can kind of revive it a little bit. It is another little white bag in my collection. It's fairly new. If you have seen my Amazon inspired designer inspired bags video from last year, that is like my most popular video I ever made. This bag was one of the bags that I featured in that video. It's sort of a replica for a Dior saddlebag. It's really tiny, but I think it's really cute, so I'm just gonna keep this one. This is definitely not real at all. This I picked up at the Melrose Trading Post, which is like the Melrose, like the flea market here in Hollywood, many years ago. I want to say when I first moved to LA, this was like one of the first things I ever got at the Melrose Trading Post, and it is really worn out, shall we say. It's really dirty. I use this a ton, and I know this is definitely not real because I don't know if you can see it, but the little like inside, that little metal detail right there, it's just so lopsided. It's definitely not real Chanel. Nevertheless, I never use this because it just looks so bad, so I'm gonna put this in the Goodwill pile because yeah. Moving on to the brown and like tan bag category, I feel like this is the category of bags that I accumulated the most of, and I guess I could see why, because brown and tan bags could go with basically everything. So the first one that I'm going to show you, that I'm going to just get right out of the way, but it will not be going anywhere, is my little Daisy Rose Everfull dupe bag. I love this. As far as like tote bags go, I don't usually go for a tote bag, but when I do, it's this one. So I'm trying to keep that in mind as well as I like declutter my bags, is with the other tote bags that I have, would I choose them over this one if I was going to go for a tote bag? And it's going to be a pretty hard one to top because this is the one that I use, because this just goes with like literally everything. So putting that to the side. Also, one that will not be going anywhere is my beautiful Chanel thing, but she's beautiful and she's going absolutely nowhere. Now, that being said, the bag that I used to use before I got that one for like having a neutral bag was this one from Naturalizer, and I would never ever choose to wear this bag when I have this bag. So I feel like that's a really good question to ask yourself when you have a bag in a certain category and you know that you love it. When you have similar bags, you have to ask yourself, would I ever choose to use this other bag when I have the choice of using this other one that I love that's very similar? And if the answer is no, then you know that you don't need to keep this bag around anymore. So this bag is not too shabby. I'm definitely going to maybe put this on my Poshmark because I feel like, whew, it's in relatively good shape and it's a nice little style. This is like a massive like sack tote bag that was in a past box of style. I just don't really love bags that are this massive like this because I feel like because they're so deep, like everything goes to the bottom of them and then you can never find what you're looking for. I'm definitely gonna get rid of this one. Oh my god, this is another, a lot of these like older cheapy bags are gonna be Laura Blair's fault. Because she used to find like really cute little like designer dupe type things on places like Zaful and Shein and things like that back in the day, and I would always buy them, and this is one. I really liked this one because I thought that the like strap was really cool. It's a cute idea, but it just feels really cheap, and I honestly, it's been in the bottom of this storage chest for years and I have not thought about it one time, so it's time for it to go. Got a couple of bags from the brand Brahmin. We'll never get rid of these. This one was my grandmother's. I feel like this is like was her quintessential bag. Like when I think about my grandmother and like the things that she always carried, this was like the bag that she would have on her like so much of the time. I feel like the white one that I showed you earlier was like more of like her summertime bag. But yeah, I mean, it's a very beautiful bag, and I went to an event for Brahmin at Dry Bar before the pandemic when Brahmin was doing a collab with Dry Bar, and you'll see that bag in a second. But I brought this, and like the Brahmin rep, like people saw this and they're like, oh my god, that's so beautiful. So this is a classic, which I will never let go of. This one is a newer Brahmin bag, which I also really love. It was gifted to me from Brahmin, which I'm so lucky for that. But I don't carry this one a ton, but I just feel like it is very classic, and especially in the winter and the fall, I definitely like to use this bag a lot more. Got another two bags that are very like similar in style to each other. This one is one that I've had for a while. I got it at TJ Maxx, I want to say years ago, and it's really cheap, but I just think it's super cute. And unlike the Zara version that I showed you guys earlier that's black, this one is big enough to fit my phone, and I just love this style of bag. So I'm gonna hold on to this one, even though it is kind of a cheapy bag and it's got some loose threads there. But until I can have like a more expensive version of this, I'm gonna hold on to this one. I also have this bag that was sent to me from Jules K, and it's just not as good. It's not like, this one is like a really hard like structure, so it holds this shape. This one is like kind of like leather, and it doesn't have anything to keep that shape going. It's also really, really small. It doesn't really fit my phone, and it annoyingly has this like handle that goes over the zipper. It's just like the functionality of this bag is just not there. So this one I'm really not sure. It's kind of like, I don't know, I have not thought about this bag in a while, but I'm inclined to keep it just because it is a neutral, and I feel like it also could be like a clutch style for like more nighttime looks. It's really huge on the inside. It opens up like this. This was a brand that gifted me the endearment. No, I kind of like this a little bit. I like the style of it, so I think I may hold on to this. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile. Never getting rid of my cutie little MCM bag. It's not very big. It basically is big enough to hold my cell phone and like a couple credit cards and my ID and a lipstick for going out, but it's got this little crossbody, and it's just, it's so pretty. I love the hardware. I was gifted this from MCM at one of their events in LA a long time ago, and I just love it. Getting into some dupe territory here. This is a really old dupe that I bought for one of the Chloe, I think this is the Chloe Faye bag is what this is duping. Have not seen this in years. It's been buried under all kinds of other stuff. It's very cheaply made. It's very, very cheaply made. So I don't know if I want to keep it for just that reason, even though I do love the style of this bag, and I would just absolutely die to have the real one. But I just don't know if I want to be carrying this because it just looks kind of eh. One bag that's definitely not going in the maybe pile is this one. This is definitely trying to be like Gucci-esque, and I used to love this bag. I used to use it all the time. It's also very cheaply made. It's probably from Shein. Yeah, I mean, the idea of it's really cute, and I probably might keep it except for two things. One is the fact that the hardware is like this gunmetal color, which goes with absolutely nothing that I wear because I like to wear gold. And number two, this chain feels so cheap. Not cute. It's going in the Goodwill pile. Bye-bye. This is another dupe that I've had for a while. I believe I got this on Amazon last summer when this pochette bag became massive. I think I'm gonna hold on to this one for a little bit longer while this still stays in style, and then when it's out of trend, then I'll probably go ahead and part ways with it. Here is a lovely Bottega, like an Bottega inspired bag. It's gorgeous. I will actually link this in the description box if you guys want to check it out. Another one, this one was from Wish, and actually as soon as I got it, they didn't sell it anymore. I mean, it's not bad looking. Definitely not getting rid of it. Pretty good. This is a tote bag that I got from a gifting suite one year, and I loved it for a while, but I don't know, I just don't love it anymore. And like I said, I have that Never Full tote that I love, and I would never use this when I have the Never Full. So this is gonna go. I believe I'm gonna put this on Poshmark though, because I'm pretty sure this is real leather, although I'm not 100% certain, but it seems like it could be. I mean, it's a well-made bag. It's just not my favorite anymore. Last in the brown tan category is my DVF suede fringe bag. Definitely keeping this because I love it. It's got the little DVF logo hanging right there. The next category I thought I was gonna have more of, but I actually don't. And these are kind of like gray, beige, grayish gray bags that I have. So the first up is this little quilted crossbody, which I think I definitely have to keep. Oh! There's where my Ray-Bans went. When you find things in purses. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this one. This is such a great little like neutral bum bag, crossbody, fanny pack, whatever you want to call it. This is also an old Chloe dupe that was from Shein, and I have to say I'm really still surprised at the quality of this one because the chain and the hardware is actually really heavy duty. It feels really, really nice, and I feel like the leather itself doesn't look too bad. So I think I'm gonna keep this one around. I haven't used it in forever, but I feel like maybe it will have its time again. I mean, I feel like as far as bag styles go, it's pretty like timeless looking in my opinion, but I feel like right now it's not as hot as it was like 5 years ago or whenever. I think I'm gonna keep this one. Here is my dilemma though. So I've got these two bags. This one is about, I wanna say 5 or 6 years old, maybe 5 years old. This is from Rebecca Minkoff. I asked for this for Christmas years ago when this bag was having a big amount of popularity, and my husband bought me this for Christmas, and I just remember I was so excited about it. I mean, I still love this bag. I feel like I'm looking, like I said, for any little treasures in here. But I feel like this was kind of inspired by the Balenciaga Moto bag. It kind of has that feeling to me, and I always have loved that bag too, so I think that's why I was drawn to this one. But I will say I wore this thing to death. Like, look at the handle. The leather is pretty worn out right there. You can see that. Other than that, I don't think it's in terrible condition. I just never want to use this bag at this moment because I feel like this style of bag is really not like in style right now, but I feel like it could be, and I'm inclined to like hold on to this because I feel like it's real leather, it's Rebecca Minkoff, it's a nice brand, is like a color that would go with a lot of things. So I feel like I want to hold on to this one. And I hate that I'm saying that because I feel like I also want to hold on to this bag, which I feel like is very similar, especially in color. This is from a brand called Aura Delphine, which you're gonna see more bags from Aura Delphine in this haul. This is a brand that I have been gifted their bags, so I have several of them. This is one of my favorites just because I love the style of it. I feel like this is a pretty classic style, and I love that the hardware is gold, which goes with my stuff, and it's really nice and roomy on the inside. I feel like right now, if I wanted this color bag, I would reach for this one over this one, just because I feel like this style is more of like what I like at this moment, but I feel like I could like this again. Next, we have my pink bags, and I have a pretty fair amount of pink bags going on here. This is Kate Spade, one of my favorite bags from a couple of years ago. I don't tend to use this too much lately, but maybe I will now that it's like spring and summertime. It will go with more of my outfits. But my mom got me this for, I believe, like my birthday one year. It's just nostalgic, and I just feel like this shape is pretty timeless, so there's really no need for me to get rid of that one. This was like a Shein purchase from a couple years ago. I mean, it's such a cheesy little cheap bag, but it's kind of cool. It's really tiny. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is kind of a more recent find from Wish. Obviously, this is knocking off Dior. It's pretty small on the inside, but overall, I don't hate it. I think it's kind of fun. I kind of want to keep this one just because I haven't had it for very long. Like, is it the best replica or dupe ever? No, but it is still pretty fun. So this bag I found at Target, I want to say 4 years ago or so. It was on sale. It was the only one left, and I bought it, and I was just like, that is so fun. And I feel like it definitely is replicating a designer bag. I can't remember what it was at the time, but I don't know, it's just so unique. It makes me like really not want to get rid of it just because it just looks so special. We have this guy, which is definitely a Gucci Dionysus replica. It is not in great shape, to be honest with you, but I feel like when it's shut, I mean, it's so cute. I love this bag. I definitely am not gonna get rid of this one. I just don't know. I've worn this in a couple hauls, like styled with some outfits, but I never wear it like out in real life. And I don't know why. Maybe because the hardware is silver, and you guys know that I don't necessarily go for silver hardware because it doesn't go with my jewelry. But I don't know. It is such a cute purse. I don't know what, should I get rid of this one? Let me know. Now we're on to red bags, and I decided to kind of throw in the like couple bags that I have that are sort of like maroon or purplish, just to like put them all in the same category. So first off, this bag is probably my favorite red bag that I've ever owned. It is from a brand called Handbag Crave, and if you guys are interested, I have a whole video about Handbag Crave, but this is obviously an Hermes dupe. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous bag. I love it. When I want a red bag, I pretty much always reach for this one without no exceptions. So we're gonna keep that in mind as we go through the rest of my red bags. Next one that I have is this. It's a backpack. This is from the brand Radley London. It is leather. It is beautifully constructed. I think I'm gonna hold on to this one just because it's a backpack. It's different than a handbag, and I feel like this looks really cute with certain outfits, especially like going out to like theme parks or different things. It's good to have like a cute little bag like this to have. So this one is going to stay. This is an old Gucci dupe. Actually, one of my very, very early YouTube videos was about Gucci dupes. And this bag was in there. If you really want to do a deep dive on my channel, you can go to the very, very beginning and you'll see me holding this in my thumbnail. I just feel like it's really not aged well, and it looks really, really cheap. Like it's going in the Goodwill pile. The last like bright red bag that I have before we move on to like the more darker berry colors is this one. This is another bag from the brand Aura Delphine. There's nothing wrong with this bag. It's actually a great bag. It's beautiful. It's well made. It's real leather. But I just feel like the style of it, I never really loved it. And now that I have this, I would not use this. Moving on to these darker colored bags. This is yet another handbag from Aura Delphine, and this one I love so much. I just feel like I love the style of this one. I feel like it's really similar to the red one that I just showed you, but because it's just slightly different, it's something about this, I just love it better than the red one. So I'm gonna keep this because this is like a bag color that I don't have in any other sense, and it's a great like fall and winter color to have for my outfits. So this is another Aura Delphine bag, and I have honestly no idea why this crossbody strap is not on it. I need to try to find it. Great little bag. I'll probably try to list this on my Poshmark once I can find the strap for it. Two very similar crossbodies going on here. This Clove and Rebel. And this is Rebecca Minkoff. I don't know, do you guys remember when these Rebecca Minkoff bags were like everything? Like everybody had one of these bags. I loved them, but honestly, even for like a night out using it as a small bag, I feel like this is really dated now, and I feel like I just never use it. So it's in great condition. I'm going to list this one on my Poshmark if anyone loves this style, and make me an offer I can't refuse. This bag, on the other hand, I think I'm gonna keep just because it wasn't like a crazy like it bag, so I feel like, you know, it's just a nice classic little crossbody. I love the contrast of the suede with the leather. This one, oh my god, this is like this like velour-ish with these like gunmetal studs, but this was from Forever 21, and I probably got this right around the time that I first started my blog, which was like in 2013, so that tells you how old this bag is. And I used to love this bag. I would carry it all the time in the winter. I just thought it was so beautiful, and honestly, like, I can see why. When it was newer, I feel like it did look really, really beautiful, but she's had her time. It's time for her to go. Last bag in this category is this big tote bag. This is a Rachel Zoe bag. It was from, I believe, the winter curator box, I want to say, and I don't hate it. I actually really like this bag, but I feel like I never reach for it. Like I said earlier, like tote bags are not usually the style of bag that I go for, but it is pretty, and I feel like, I don't know, I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile just because. Now moving into the blue and green categories, another Aura Delphine bag. This one is one that I'm definitely going to get rid of, even though it is like almost in pristine condition, but I've barely ever used it, mostly because I just am not like a big fan of just the style of it in general. This is kind of a more recent find. I found this, I think, last fall. I put this in like an Amazon designer inspired video. I love it, so we're gonna keep that one. I am freaking heartbroken. So I found this on Amazon a couple years ago. It was such a find, but the hardware on one side of the shoulder strap broke because obviously it's not real. I might see if I can somehow like do a super glue situation, although I'm pretty certain that that is not going to work out. So this might be going in the garbage anyway, which really, really, really breaks my heart. So I want to make myself choose between these two bags, and I feel like it's an easy choice because I have not used this bag in freaking forever. I feel like a couple years ago this like horse bit detail was really big, made popular by Gucci, but this is just like a little Charming Charlie purse. And I just honestly, I never use it. It's really cute though, so I'm gonna list it on Poshmark. I wanna use a green purse that's smaller. I go for this Etienne Onier handbag that I absolutely freaking love. This is so beautiful. If you guys don't know about Etienne Onier, they just make beautiful bags, and they're very like moderately priced as far as handbags go. So if you're looking for like a nice quality classic handbag, definitely check them out. Yet another Rebecca Minkoff bag. I saw this bag right before I started UCLA. I think I got it at Nordstrom Rack. And I just had to have it because this is like the UCLA blue. I don't know if you guys know, but it is. And I was just so excited that I got like accepted into UCLA. So I was just like all about the like school spirit or whatever back in the day. But now that I'm not going anymore, I just never end up using this bag, even though it is really beautiful. Like I really, really love that color. I don't know. I think I have to keep it. This is going to be a really quick and easy decision. So here we have my Teddy Blake handbag. You might have seen me do the unboxing of this on my channel a couple months back. I absolutely love Teddy Blake. All their handbags are so stunning. This is just like a very high quality, well-made bag, and it's beautiful. So my quota of blue bags is basically fulfilled. I really no longer need this one. I bought this from like Just Fab or Shoe Dazzle like what feels like a million years ago, when I believe the like Celine bags that look similar to this were huge. This was like my like way to get that look for less. But now it's just so old, and I literally, it's actually in the very back furthermost corner of my closet, and it's been there for years. So this one I think is gonna go to Goodwill just because the condition it's in. So this next section is kind of like my miscellaneous section. So this is like the remaining colors of bags that I have, as well as like patterned bags and like really like novelty bags, I guess you would call them. While we're on the topic of a novelty, oh my god, I got this right around the time that I first started blogging, from Forever 21, I do believe. And I just thought this was like the coolest bag. Like, I thought that it was like so cool for like carrying this. It was like so fun, but now I'm just like, it even has a little like, it's my Christian Dior book bag. Some of you guys may have seen this before on many a haul. Okay, this bag has a special place in my heart. This is one that I probably will never get rid of, and it will be in my everlasting handbag collection. This one I bought in Tel Aviv in Israel, like I want to say the last, well, not the last time I went, but in 2019. This is a brand out of actually Florence, Italy is where this brand is from, and it's called Hydesens. And I just think their bags are so unique. I mean, look at how freaking cool, like the little studs in the handle. It wasn't cheap. I want to say that this bag retails for $600 US, but I found it in Tel Aviv and it was on sale, so I want to say I paid around $200. Okay. Next category is like straw and rattan and woven bags, and I'm honestly shocked at like how many bags I have in this category. I can't even all fit on this bench. So this is one of many of my like basket style bags. This one is vintage. I picked this up at a flea market in Palm Springs. I loved it. It's actually super cute. So when you open it, here's the inside. It's just old and it's kind of falling apart. One I am not going to keep because I have this one, which I always go for. So I would never reach for the other one when I have this one. This is just like my cute basket bag. I also have this one too, which is from Etienne Onier. It's so gorgeous. This was gifted to me a couple years ago. It's not super big, but it's just a beautiful little basket bag. 3 straw beach bags. I definitely want to keep this one because it has my name on it, and that is just something I cannot pass up. This one is kind of plain and basic, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate this one or give it away. This one I'm torn about getting rid of because it's so big, like it's really, really big. And sometimes I feel like when you actually go to the beach or to the pool, you need a really big beach bag to fit all your crap in. So that's what makes me want to keep this one. These bags definitely had their time a couple years ago, and I don't hate them now. Oh crap. These bags were like massively popular, I feel like 4 years ago, and not that like you still see people using them, they're just not as huge. Oh, I also have this one, and these are all like knockoffs of what is the brand that made these popular? But there was a brand that basically made these popular. This one I'm inclined to get rid of. So between these two, I feel like I should only keep one of them, but it's really hard because they're both so different. This one is one I can never get rid of. This bag is like, I call it my wanderlust bag because I always end up taking this with me on like summer trips. I've taken this to Israel with me several times. I've taken it with me to Italy, to Spain, to Mexico. This bag is like kind of like my wanderer vacation bag. And this bag I absolutely love. This is from, I believe, Vince Camuto. This really fun rattan style tote bag. So great for the summertime. Like I said before, I'm not big into tote bags, but this is really fun for like going to the beach or, you know, with certain outfits. It just really adds like a really cool touch with that rattan. Oh my god, you guys, I found my favorite necklace that I thought I lost forever. It was in one of my bags. I want to cry. I not find it for so long and I just found it. I've put all the remaining handbags that I'm keeping on my bed, and it still looks like so many handbags, but I will say I feel like progress has been made. I definitely made a dent, but if you look at this bed, it definitely doesn't look like much. Here's my bed now that I have gone through all of my handbags. These are what I'm keeping, and essentially it seems like I did nothing, but I do want to point out that before I could not have set my bags down like this, like one by one on my bed. There would not have been the space for it. They had to be just kind of like schlepped and piled on top of each other. Now at least I have less so that I can actually set them respectably on my bed. Oh my god. So I'm finally done, and to think I was under the disillusion that I was gonna get to decluttering my shoes today too. I can report that I have 3 trash bags full of handbags that I'm going to take straight to Goodwill tomorrow or sometime early next week. And then I have a good chunk of bags that I'm going to list on Poshmark, and then another handful that I'm going to give away to some friends. I've basically cleared out that whole storage bench that I had a bunch of them in, but now I've replaced it with all the clothes that were on top of it before. But at least it looks more tidy now, so there's that. And then the handbags that I have kept around, I've managed to hang them up in my closet or store them in my closet or store them in my office. And now I feel like I'm not just like overflowing in handbags. So I'm proud of me. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this video, your thoughts. I always love to hear from you guys. And make sure to subscribe because like I said, I still need to declutter my shoes and I really need to do a whole new wardrobe declutter. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, you are amazing. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. Really, really helps me out a lot. If you enjoyed it, I would appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.